Hi, hello! Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you are safe and doing well. This has been very shocking news for many people, but fast fashion e-commerce platform SHEIN, or SHEIN if that's how you pronounce it, has officially opened its very first brick and mortar physical store ever in Japan, and it's in Harajuku. Most people who shop online know of SHEIN, and there are lots of pros and cons to it, so let's quickly go over them. So, the pros. A big reason why a lot of people shop there is because it is very affordable. If you had $100 to spend on new clothes, shopping at SHEIN can get you a huge haul of clothing and accessories. At any sustainable fashion store, the same amount would probably get you 1 or 2, maybe even 3 pieces of clothing. If you're young with less disposable income, or you're living paycheck to paycheck, you don't have access to a car to go thrifting, you live in an area where there really isn't any public transportation at all, or the closest thrift store is hours away, and even if you do go thrifting, you might live in an area where there isn't much options for cute clothes or something that even fits. There's a multitude of different reasons why it can be hard for people to pick the ethical fashion route, so shopping at SHEIN can be enticing. They've also got a pretty good plus size range compared to other brands. They sell cute, trendy fashion. If a new aesthetic or a new core pops up, like for example cottagecore or kidcore, SHEIN will spit out an entire collection catered to these things. Because they update their site with an average of 6,000 new items every day, there are a ton of options and many styles to choose from. Bisco Ezaki, author of Menhera-chan and Harajuku fashion enthusiast, wrote an article on Harajuku Pop Web stating that SHEIN has opened up a new era where anyone can easily enjoy fashion, and that it gives people a gateway to kawaii fashion, which will then re-energize Harajuku as a whole. Now for the cons and why these pros exist. Recently, articles on news sites such as the BBC have reported on workers doing excessive overtime, working 3 shifts a day, and often having only 1 day off a month. Some workers even wash their hair on their lunch breaks because they have so little time left after work. On top of that, their wages are extremely low, and an investigation showed that workers who make clothes sold on SHEIN get as little as 2 to 4 cents for each item they make. Another investigation done last year revealed that some of SHEIN's clothing for children, adults, and pregnant people contained unsafe levels of lead and other toxic chemicals, which is something that is common in the fashion industry. These toxic chemicals also cause damage when released into the environment. And of course, because of the huge amount of clothing being made, there have been a ton of environmental concerns, such as carbon emissions, which contribute to global warming and climate change, as well as these low-quality items ending up in landfills, which contributes to the growing textile waste problem and pollution. This chart shows how much more SHEIN pumps out compared to their other fast fashion rivals, and the difference is astronomical. On top of all these things, big name brands as well as many small independent designers and artists have had their designs stolen by SHEIN. Unfortunately, I am one of those people that SHEIN stole from, and I made a video about it when it happened that you can check out. They've also stolen from a bunch of different Harajuku brands in Japan. So will being in Harajuku make it easier for them to steal designs? Ultimately, it is your money, it's up to you, it is your responsibility as a consumer to decide where you spend it. And them opening up this physical location will make it easier for people to spend their money at SHEIN. Before the opening of their store in Harajuku, Tokyo on Cat Street, which is an alley that runs between Harajuku and Shibuya, they had a Japan tour and a pop-up in Osaka in October, which will still be open until January of next year. The location of the pop-up was a Uniqlo that closed in 2021, and apparently the pop-up is doing quite well and bringing in crowds of people. The opening of the store in Harajuku on November 13th, 2022 had more than 100 people waiting to enter. And the store is quite different from others where instead of you going into the store and then buying the clothes and then bringing home the clothes with you, you have to scan this QR code on the tag, pay for it, and then they'll mail it to you. So the items are not available to purchase in-store. It's more for people to try on the clothes in their fitting rooms and to feel the fabrics before making the decision to purchase, because the issue with shopping online is that you can't really do that. The store also has a SHEIN gacha machine and a photo booth that Business Insider Japan says has gift boxes that remind them of a certain luxury brand. Someone else on Twitter pointed out that the SHEIN shopping bags look similar to Chanel's shopping bags. Most of the reactions overseas to the news of SHEIN opening up in Harajuku have been quite against it, though the reactions in Japan that I have seen online have been quite mixed. I saw this post saying that it depends on what social media site you're on, so Google shows basic information, Twitter shows negativity, and I've also seen people being more vocal about the concerns about SHEIN. Instagram has young people showing off their outfits, and TikTok has users sharing their hauls and reviews. Tokyo Fashion, one of the biggest Tokyo street snap websites, made a post on Twitter stating, "When we see fast fashion brands opening in Harajuku, it can be depressing. But don't forget that many of the most iconic Fruits magazine street snaps were shot on the front steps of the Gap store in Harajuku. There have also been some current Harajuku kids who have been seen wearing outfits consisting of SHEIN pieces." So some questions I have for you are, is this a good or bad thing? Do you think that SHEIN opening in Harajuku is a cause for concern? Will this hurt small businesses in Harajuku that are already struggling? Like, there literally have been so many closures, especially because of the pandemic. Is this the beginning of the end for Harajuku? Please let me know what you think in the comments down below, because I am very curious how everyone feels about this. But thank you so much for watching this video all the way through, and thank you to my lovely patrons! I will see y'all in the next video, so take care and bye-bye!